evidence-based policy proven to solve crime, nor is it an effective way to form relationships built on trust in our community. And although I strongly acknowledge the disproportionate impact the policy of carding has on people of color, which has been statistically verified time and time again by police services across the province, this conversation must extend beyond race. For even if the practice didn't disproportionately target people of color, it would still be unlawful. For this is still very much a constitutional question, and one that affects all Canadians and speaks to the very cultural fabric and values of our society. For how is someone supposed to feel a part of a community if, as a law-abiding citizen, they are targeted and treated as criminals, without due cause and outside the context of a criminal investigation? And I also need to state that this conversation ought not be anti-police, but simply pro-Canadian Constitution and against a relatively recent policy of arbitrary stops, unlawful detainment, and the collection of personal information for the purpose of building national databases. And last night, I received a message that underscored the value of policing when governed by policies that ought to reflect the values that we hold dear as Canadians. And the message stated that the duty of policing to protect citizens extends beyond preventing crime, that their oath upon them to ensure that the protection of our civil liberties and that equality and freedom are what define us as a just society, that they are the measures of integrity that we collectively share, and their ongoing protection is a responsibility that we've been given by our veterans. And we will hear from guests present this evening the dire need for the protection of our civil liberties against the expansive privacy threat as local police level carding relates to Bill C-51. September 15th marks the International Day of Democracy. And on this day, September 15th, in 2001, the Hindu Samaj temple was burned down in a violent act of hate, and the community then came together with a statement that an attack on one is an attack against all. And on this day, today, what better way to celebrate our freedoms than by staying together as a community and supporting them? So when we look back 10 or 20 years, we will know that we stood on the right side of history. But in order to get there, we must have our voices heard. We must move from anger and outrage into action and civic participation, which is what brings us here this evening. And I'd really like to thank Mr. Nagty for recognizing the importance of this conversation in Hamilton and for joining us with a willingness to listen and engage on the issue. I believe he has a few words to share with us tonight, and so at this point I will hand the microphone over to Mr. Nagty. Thank you.